Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel, Seer. Thanks for stopping by. I want to apologize for the long period between the first week of March and this reading for the second half of March. So basically missing the second week of March. You're the last one, and I do pull them by however they come up. I figure I let Spirit lead the way in like a random selection. I have to tell you, as soon as I got to yours, I wanted to avoid it. And it's not because I avoid you, because I always am interested in Taurus because you guys are always going through a lot of stuff. Plus, my Venus is in Taurus, so, and my communication. But I have to tell you that my head started hurting, my throat is really sore all of a sudden as soon as I got done with Virgo, which was before you. So I don't know if you're sick, or I don't know if you're having a major avoidance behavior, but I can definitely feel that coming through as I even contemplate your reading, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull 3 cards, Angels and Ancestors, first of all. Last holdout. The last holdout. Interesting. Father Sky, trust in the universe. Well, yes, trust seems to be an issue here, doesn't it? Trusting in the unknown, what you can't see, what you can't feel, because it's not tangible, right? So, the trusting in the things that you've seen and thought was true, it doesn't feel like that's been working, huh? You're not alone. Hasn't worked for a lot of us. But I think because kind of feel like because of your incredibly your stubbornness, you're heavy. You're a bull. You're heavy. Okay, heavy. You don't move. You're immovable. That this is very hard for you to switch gears in the way you think, right? Even if it hasn't been serving you, that's what's coming through. Spring, see your seeds grow. There is new things coming. There are things you planted that will have good results, even though you can't see them. Maybe it feels like everything I do just is not working out. And I think if you lightened up a little bit with yourself and the whole everything going on, you would see that things have worked out for you in your life. And they will continue to. It's where you want to put your focus at, Taurus. So the next card is She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. So the question here is, where have you been holding yourself back and what you really desire? I'm not talking about well, let's just talk about everything. Let's talk about the sexual urges, okay? If that's what you need to unleash. But as long as it's what you really desire, as long as that's not coming from a place of insecurity and what you feel like you're not getting, there's a difference. I'm sorry, but they're asking me to challenge you, to rattle you a little bit. So it's a warning. To rattle you enough to consider how you've been thinking and how it's limiting your potential. Okay? Anybody can get a piece of ass. Sorry, I'm just going to say it. Can you maintain? Can you really go after what you want? Because anybody can be tricked, or there's a lot of people that are willing to give this, that don't have substance that you really want in your life. And so that's all I'm going to say. Okay? So unleashing the wild within would be to consider what it is you want in the long run. Do you really want a stable relationship? Because Taurus is about stability. What is the stability that you want to build that you're upset that you haven't had? Okay. It's like a come to Jesus meeting with yourself. So where have you been putting your faith? To the next conquer, the next person, the next thing that's going to make it all right for you? When are you going to be all right for you? When are you going to make it all right for you? When are you going to make sure that you are going to be all right no matter what? And I really mean your stability, not giving that away for somebody else to give to you. Okay, so this first card, this is a 5-card spread. This is the advice that you feel you may need or that you may be asking for. So, first card is you as you are. Well, this would be not being happy, not being fulfilled, not feeling abundant, not feeling happy. Okay, this is the sun reversed. So, the sun is Leo. It's a card of Leo, but the sun is also Father God. It's God. It's being in the open, being passionate about life. It's being truthful. It's illumination. So this is lack of illumination and truth, okay? This is living in the shadow. I could just feel that with the whole avoidancing. Okay, so the second card is, are you on the correct path? So this is the Page of Cups. So we're just going to talk about the card real quick. Page of Cups is an emotional offering. It's an emotional offering. It could be an apology. It could be a small offer, a token of love. It could be a pregnancy, because we have a fish in a cup here. It could be beginning of, the inklings of a relationship, very beginning of love, very beginning. Maybe you see somebody across the room and you want to ask them out, something like that. It's a place of innocence. Pages are a place of innocence, but it's also not a king energy, Taurus. So if you want to offer somebody something, your thoughts are that of a very young vibration, of like a child, of like a teenager. So if you've been stuck, this may be where you've been coming from. Okay, and the truth needs to be honored so we can deal with it. So you can say, okay, what do I need to change here? Because if you, excuse me, if you're, say, in your 40s or 50s or even a grown man in your 20s and you really want something with substance, then you might need to approach things as a man, not as a teenager or a child, okay? The next card is, what is the main obstacle? So let's go back to this. Are you on the correct path? It's always a correct path to think about a small token of love or an apology. But if you want a marriage, if you want to be married and with a family, then you're going to need more than a small token of love. That is just the beginning, but you have to have more. It builds with the commitment. Okay, so sorry, I had to go back and clarify that. Okay, so what is the main obstacle here? Well, it would be the Queen of Swords. This could possibly be an air sign. That would be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Okay. So this is a woman that's powerful. This is a powerful woman. And it could be you embodying this energy. It could be you needing to be honest about what works for you and what doesn't, and ask the questions that need to be asked when going into a relationship or doing anything. The difficult questions need to be asked, or coming up to somebody that's going to be asking you those questions. Either way, Queen of Swords has been through a lot of crap. She's had people lie to her. Maybe she's a widow, maybe she's a divorcee, maybe she has family, and she's got things she protects. She's a queen. And she says, we have this queen, she has a sword here, but she also has her hand like this. So it's, yes, I'm willing to listen. But it better be the truth. It better be the truth. So if this is who you're up against, Taurus, then this small token of apology would be a nice start. But this is your obstacle, is the truth. Are you willing to face the truth about whatever's going on here? So I'm going to leave it at that because there's so many different levels of it. The next card is, what is helping me? The Page of Swords is about you discovering the truth. Somebody's discovering what the truth is. And this is about doing their own research, checking their own files, checking somebody's email, looking at their own email, reviewing letters, reviewing information. That's what the Page of Swords is about. Yeah. And it is truth. Maybe if this is someone else, then you're finding out the truth about who they were. Maybe you're finding out that this person had integrity. And you couldn't see it, didn't want to see it. I don't know. If this is about you, then maybe you're starting to discover where your truth is, where your truth needs to be to get the things accomplished that you want, to get that stability that you want. Yeah, and maybe you're realizing that you hadn't been walking in your truth because that's why the sun, and maybe you still aren't, but you need to be. Okay? You're still walking in some shadows, okay? I've got 2 cards for the last position here, and this would be, how can progress be made? The first one is, this is, 5 of Pentacles is about it's about being shut out, being left out in the cold. How could progress be made? Being left out in the cold. Let me get the second card. Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is your lack of confidence. How your lack of confidence has led you to decisions that you actually have set yourself up to be left out in the cold. Or the other thing is that maybe you chose somebody that knocked your confidence down, and they were not loyal, and they were not creative, and they were not this queen that they appeared to be, the queen, the alluring queen that took you away from someone else. Hair right here, and how that left you out in the cold. By leaving someone in the cold, now you've been left in the cold. So there's something here that needs to be stated, Taurus, about shortcuts. You know, there's no shortcut. And the more shortcuts you try to take, the longer the path will be. That's just what's coming through. So going back to trusting the unknown. See your seeds grow. Your seeds will always grow, so it depends on what you plant. You've seen all kinds of seeds grow, huh? Or somebody here has. Could be the opposite party. She-wolf, truly, what do you want? Not what somebody tells you should have. Not what sports stars have. It's not from the outside. It's what does Taurus really want? What do you really want? Okay. All right, so we're gonna do one more layer on this 5-card spread. The advice needed. I know this is not what you want to deal with, and you haven't. You've done many things to avoid it. But it is the work that must be done. Because it's kind of setting the stage for the next 30 years, at least the next 10 years, at least the rest of this year, minimum. So just something to keep in mind. If you don't deal with some things now, do you want to keep reliving the same thing for 30 years. I mean, take a good hard look and see if that makes any sense to you, if it resonates at all, okay? I got 2 cards for the first position. This is the Sun. This would be you as you are. King of Wands is somebody that was flighty, non-committal. King of Wands. Okay, it can be, this is, if it represents someone else, it can be a fire sign or masculine energy presenting as a fire sign. Reverse, this is they don't listen to anybody, kind of egotistical. They have to push their way on people because they don't listen to new opinions. Just so stubborn, so stubborn. And this is somebody who uses their passion for personal gain or to hurt others. Okay, I'm just going to say it for what it is. That's the second. That's the Sun is a fire card too, fire energy. But this is negative fire energy, right? It's distorted. Okay. The second card is Moon. This is the trauma that's running you. It's still running you, Taurus. Still running somebody near you or somebody you're dealing with. This is programming that you just don't want to look at. Programming that is creating the cycles over and over and over and over. If you have kids, are you seeing these cycles in them? If you take the opportunity to heal yourself, you could be helping them also. But denying it isn't going to change anything. It won't. Actually makes it bigger. Then the cycles get shorter and more destructive, by the way. So, are you on the correct path? So we're looking at Page of Cups, apology, offer of love. This is the Eight of Swords reversed. This is still being stuck in your thoughts, still being stuck in your anxiety. The question to ask oneself then is, why am I so anxious about offering an apology or this small token of emotion to this Queen of Swords? Because that's the way it's looking, really. Why? So let's look at the Queen of Swords. This is somebody you juggled, huh? Somebody you couldn't decide. Somebody that, I don't know, it just looks like somebody was juggling this. This person. This relationship. Somebody was juggling. The Queen of Swords. Well, let's get one more there. Ace of Wands. But somebody wants a new start, right? Somebody wants a new opportunity. Somebody has passion. A decision needs to be made. Page of Swords. Let's look at that. This is what is helping you. This is identifying what the truth is, right? The truth about your obsession. Devil reverse is about overcoming obsession. It's about overcoming ego, overcoming. Maybe you're trying to see if you can. Maybe you're trying to see where the truth was. Taurus, it really feels like you didn't do the right thing. And I think that's what you're seeing is true. Is that once you got past your obsession and your negative thinking and your distractions, that you're seeing what the truth is about the whole situation. So did you really think that you were walking in your truth? Or do you, I'm just asking, or do you think that maybe You were trying not to think about it. Okay. The next card is for how can progress be made. We're just pulling another one on this Queen of Wands and this being shut out. So this person that wasn't what they appeared to be, was very insecure and not creative, and actually this person was your match at the time. It's kind of who you deserved. Okay. The other person that you chose was who you deserved. Or who somebody deserved, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, so what's interesting is I got the Page of Swords again, but I got the Page of Swords reversed. And so you deserve somebody full of lies, because that's what your vibration was. How can progress be made? And that would be identifying that information. And if you even consider that Queen of Swords, you better have this stuff down and figured out. Because that person will not tolerate it. Nope. That person will not be juggled. That person has already restarted her life. His life. Their life. Yeah. So consider those seeds you've planted here and what you would like to see grow. First card out was Trust in the Unknown. So what is it you really want? Who is it you really want and why? The answer is, why do you want it? Because if it's not a reason that fulfills your life purpose somehow, then I would just say that needs to be considered also. I'll give you 2 cards. 2 more cards. Okay. Seek the symbols and decipher their meaning. Let peace prevail, okay? Love conquers death. So, what are you seeing that's repeating? You're getting something. Is it dreams? You're getting something that's bothering you, that's poking at you to make the change. What is that? If you're wondering if that means something, yeah, it does. It does. It's asking you to look at the details of the symbols in your dreams or whatever it is, okay? Here's an example. I had these dreams of people in my past. Somebody in particular that was a kind of an upsetting breakup, that was something full of non-truth. So I just had to make a decision based on what I knew, okay? But what I knew that I knew, even though I didn't have all the information. And in the dreams, this person kept coming back and trying to talk to me. But they would start to open their mouths, but then I would look and they could see that I saw who they were and they couldn't do it. So they knew that they could no longer use the illusion that was used in the past because I had seen beyond that. That dream to me was saying that this person is trying to gather their courage to come back, but can't. Okay. And they come back several times, and I could see where they're at in their process based on those dreams. Okay. So that's an example of seek the symbols. Now, there could be something else. You could be seeing 111, 222, different kind of numbers. And so if you're seeing that, something like that, that would be to think about what you were thinking about, identify what you were thinking about at the time the numbers came in. And then look up the numbers on, like, Google the numbers and see what they mean. Like 400s, 444, that's angels. 7s, anything with 7 is sometimes spiritual guidance. Okay, so whatever you think, whatever you're drawn to connect is probably the right choice with symbols, okay? If you're seeing a lot of birds, it could be loved ones that have passed on that are sending you messages. If it's in the morning, they could be saying good morning. If it's in your car and they fly up in front of your car, could be safe. Could be, Anyway, let peace prevail is the last card here. What is it, Taurus, that you need for your ultimate peace and happiness? That's a question. Not what somebody says you should have. Not what you think. Well, no, you think is good. But connecting with your spirit, truly spiritual side. Because just connecting, trying to get those things, those people, those looks, that money, is at, it's not a good place, or you wouldn't be here right now. So if you're asking why does this keep happening, because the lessons haven't been integrated, that's why. And because you're still living that shallow life somewhere in there. You haven't embraced your life's purpose. So, love you, Taurus. I really do. I love Tauruses. My brother's a Taurus. And he's going through this. And my Venus in Taurus, I went through a lot of this some time ago. So, this is not a journey that no one else has been through or is going through. So, you should know that. Take care. Bye-bye.